What is up, guys? Bomber Carl here, back again today. We're going to be doing a course review here at St. Peter's Disc Golf Course in St. Peters, Minnesota. This course has gone through some serious renovations. It has been extended. There are new tee pads, and today we're going to be showing you how difficult this course really can be. I know that it's not set to its maximum distance for all the pin locations, but I do know that even the shorter medium pin locations are still very difficult. So today we're going to be playing the full 18, still using the Doomsday discs in the bag, still going to be showing you guys what those are capable of. But if you can look, this is hole one, straight down the tunnel. It is very long, all the way down on that right side, up into the right. It is well over 400 feet. So playing as a par 4, so we're just gonna come out here and see what we can shoot. So let's go. All right, guys, so we are here at hole 1, St. Peter's. Like I was saying, these tee pads are not going to be correct because the pins have been extended. So if I'm not mistaken, this is like around 400, 430, something like that. 2 hallways, as you can see, pins tucked up on the right. So we're just gonna play something on the right side. Hope it finishes a little bit left. Gives us an easy approach to the pin on the right side. So here we go. Let's see what we can do. I'm gonna be using the blackout mush putt stamp on the back. Here we go. Just up the right side. Yeah, that is pretty good. It's gonna be a little short, but we should be able to make something work from there. Let's go. All right, guys, so we are coming up to our tee shot here. Not a bad drive, right down the center of the fairway. Leaves us not a tricky shot in, but it's a little tight. I think we're just gonna go zone here. Just a nice little easy flick, because it is a low ceiling, so I don't think the turnover shot is really gonna be the way to go on this. So we're just gonna try to keep it left, let it swing into the right, hopefully give us a putt at birdie. Here we go. Yep, that should leave us about 15 feet. All right, guys, so that approach shot worked out pretty well. I was able to avoid all the little limbs and stuff. We got ourselves about a 10 footer, well, 15 footer. Let's cash this in for the birdie and go to hole 2. This course does have old Innova disc catchers, but they do catch pretty well. There we go. Carded the birdie on that. So 1 under through 1. Promise you guys that will not be the hardest hole that we see today. This course has a lot of tricky shots. So on hole 2. All right, guys, so we are here at hole 2. This one, I do know that the tee pad is correct here. So 480 foot par 4. As you can see, it definitely is like a big winding S. So you kind of need something that finishes down into the path down there. So you're not really looking to get a 2 on this. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody getting a 2 on this. So I think we are going to throw the Psyop, the special blend, and we're just going to try to get something that moves left to right, just out there somewhere in that gap. So here we go. Just a nice controlled shot, middle of the fairway. Oh my gosh, folks. I mean, that's honestly about as good as you can throw right there. I think I might be a little pinched off left, but I'm hoping that it finished just where it needed to. All right, guys, so we're coming up here to our drive. Honestly, best drive I have ever thrown on this hole. That, yeah, that was amazing. So got a bit of a stiff headwind here. We're probably 100, 110 feet out. So we're gonna try to throw a little bit of a spin putt up there. Not necessarily trying to make it, just trying to get close. So here we go. All right, there we go. Tap in birdie. Let's go. All right, guys. So tapping in for a birdie here. Like I said, fantastic drive. Can never be upset with that one. We're gonna move over here to hole 3. I'm just gonna take a quick second, guys. I really appreciate the support. If you're watching, please leave a like, leave a comment down below. Use Bomber Carl at doomsdaydisc.com for 10% off. Get you some cool discs like these, like the ones I'm throwing today. And so yeah, we're over here, hole 3, 310 feet. Just down to the left a little bit, it plays as a hyzer. Nothing too difficult. There is like a sand, the floor over there is like sandy, so a lot of times any disc you throw does tend to stick. So we're just trying to look for something that starts out right, dumps left. Simple shot, 300 feet. So let's go ahead and get set up and we'll shoot the shot. All right, guys. So like I said, we just want something that fades left. So I'm going to be throwing my Champion Banshee here. Just throwing it right at the trees in front of me, trusting the disc to fade back to the left. 310 feet. If we can get away from those trees. Okay, we got a little kick left. Kind of hung out there a little bit, but we'll see. Should be in the circle. Let's go take a look. All right, guys. So, like I said, hit the tree, but we still managed to get a forward kick off of it. We're down here in the sandy area, like I mentioned. So, another about 20-25 footer. This basket's kind of been through some stuff, so let's see if it plays nice today. This will be to go 3 under 3.
Nope.
Just a little low. All right, well, let's tap this out, take our par, and move on. All right, guys, we're here on hole 4, St. Peter's. New layout. Pin is way back in the right position, way back in the woods. Really big, windy fairway. Important part is hit the initial gap. Left is safe, right is dead. Hole probably plays a little over 500 feet. And what I mean by left is safe is once you beat all these woods here on the left, it opens up a little bit down there. So I'm gonna be using the premium blend chemtrail here. So let's just try to get a good shot. We got a little bit of a tailwind, should keep it a little bit more stable. Just hit that gap. All right, we got a little kick back into the fairway. Hopefully that'll be good. Let's go check it out. Not in an ideal position here. When I said fairway, I was talking kind of over there. This is going to be a very, very tricky shot. So the real only gap to get to the basket is right here through these two trees. Basket's still quite a ways down there, so we're going to try to show off the versatility of the psyop again here. Just kind of put on a little hyzer. Hopefully it turns before all the trees and finishes left in the end. So let's see what we can do here. Very, very tricky shot. Wow, folks. I mean, that's about as good as you can throw it there. I don't know if my lovely camera girl was able to catch it or not, but should be pin high. So let's go take a look. All right, guys. So took a little bit of searching, but turns out that shot was pretty darn good. I mean, from being way back there, maybe if you could turn around, babe, and show them kind of like how crazy this tree situation is. I mean, it is very tight to get all the way back up in here. Very fortunate. Like I said, the psyop has an amazing turn to it, but holy moly, when it fades out, it dumps. So we have a chance at birdie here. We got maybe 30 feet, so let's see if we can knock this one down. Ah, man, that sucks. All right. Tough little putt, had some obstructions. Honestly, it was a good putt, just chained out. So we'll take the par here. Tough hole. Honestly, walking away with par is really, really good here. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to probably one of the easiest holes on the course. Hole number 5, let's go. So hole 6, really straightforward, right down the tunnel, right down the hallway, elevated basket. For this, we're gonna go with the rot. Just play it out right, give it that little bit of dump to the left. Oh, and actually, they've actually put bricks on this now. So it used to just be a grass mound, but it seems like they've actually put some nice bricks down there. So let's see if we can get this one. 300 feet. Yeah, should be putting. A little deep, but we'll be putting. Let's go. All right, guys. So good drive here. We landed just short of the bat, just behind the basket. It is an elevated basket, so gives that little bit of extra danger here. So as you can see, I'm pretty short. So I'm gonna be putting this thing up a freaking skyscraper. There we go. Easy birdie there. Guys here at the league have done a great job filling all this in. All here, all mud up here. I heard rumors that maybe they're going to be playing it as an island. That would be really fun. But for now, carded the birdie. So on to the next one. Let's go. All right, guys. So there was a little confusion, but I believe we're on hole number 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this should be 6. Par 3. 235 feet just down there. We are actually going to play the scope on this one. There is a river behind, but it shouldn't come too much into play. We're not going to juice this. Just a stock shot, stock hyzer. Here we go. Sand right by the basket should stop this nicely. Maybe a little ace. Little ace. Oh, close. All right, let's go tap that for birdie. All right, guys. So I think we managed just to hit this big log, obviously, in the video. Almost carded the ace. Just barely missed it, but that puts us, I believe, 5 under. 4 or 5 under through 6. Let's go. All right, guys, hole 7 here. 275 feet. Again, another kind of S curvy hallway. This course is full of those, so we're just gonna play the 3-time Thunderbird here. Nice little flick. Hopefully it gives us a little bit of turn and just dies right at the basket. Here we go. First forehand of the day. Hopefully it's a decent one. Well, low, but that slid pretty much up to the circle's edge. So let's go see if we can make a putt. All right, guys. So like I said, not the best drive, a little bit low, but it was definitely on track to get to the basket. Had a lot of ground play. So see if we can make this to go 5 under. Here we go. 5 or 6 under. One of those two. Little high, but it stuck. Thank you, Innova Disc Catcher. Yeah, so that's that hole, and let's move on to the next one. All right, guys, so we're here on hole 8. Little unique thing about this hole, 355 feet. Basket sits down inside of a pit over there. The local league here does play that OB, so I guess a little controversial, but we're gonna follow what the league does here. Gonna be using the special blend chemtrail here. A little bit of a right to left wind, so it should kind of keep this a little straighter. See if we can just get something down there in the fairway. Get ourselves a little putt. that should be pin high. So let's go take a look. All right, guys. So if I'm not mistaken, I think I ended up just over here on the right side somewhere. Let's see, where are you? And where are you?
And I'm so sorry.
Alright guys, well, I found it. I thought I cleared all these trees up here, but I guess not. Still a good drive. It's fine. A little long, gives us a chance to make a little highlight putt here. About 45 feet. Again, pit is OB, but because it's a rec ground, you know we got to go for it. So here we go. Full send, brother. Thank you, brother.
Nope.
That was absolutely pathetic. All right, well, we're going to card the bogey with that one there, folks. First bogey of the round. Didn't even give it a good frickin' run. Tap this out. Again, controversial. Pit being OB, I don't know. Not really necessary for disc golf, but I guess it keeps things interesting. So let's go ahead and move on to the next. All right, guys, so we're here, hole number 8, if I'm not mistaken. Really cool hole. We got the river running alongside here. This is a very demanding shot. This is a par 4, big winding fairway again. Elevated basket. So we're gonna play the Oblivion here, and we're just gonna try to put it on a forced over forehand to try to shape the fairway here, and hopefully we land somewhere up there by the in the fairway. Here we go. I think that's gonna work out, so we'll see. All right, guys, so we're gonna try to do a little forehand flick roller through this gap right here. See if we can get it through. Come on, baby. All right, I think that gave us somewhat of a putt, so we'll see what we got. All right, guys, so we got lucky here. We were able to stop right by this tree. So elevated basket. See if we can card this birdie just by the edge of the circle. Here we go. All right, there we go. Nice little birdie there. That should move us to 6 or 7 under par. I can't even reach the disc. All right. Clearly they didn't make that basket for me. On to the next hole. All right, guys, so we are here now, hole 10, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Very long down there. Very long way down there. You have initial hallway right here. The fairway opens up after the trees. Basket's tucked right up into those trees over there. So really you just want to get a nice drive out there into the open. We're going to be throwing the Oblivion here. Slight headwind. So we're just going to try to get a full flight out of this. Hopefully we can leave ourselves an easy approach. Here we go. All right, in the trees on the left, not too bad. We'll see where we end up. All right, guys, so found the disc over here, just left in the trees. Not a terrible spot, not necessarily where you want to be, but I think we can get a little flick shot in there with the zone. Actually, I'm going to go down to a knee for this one. We're just going to aim right at the camera, hope that it fades in right to the basket. Here we go. Almost went in. Great shot. Let's tap that birdie in and move on. Made it up here to our approach. Almost threw it in, but it's okay. Let's tap this out for birdie. There we go. So another birdie on the board. Hole 10. Now on to hole 11, and this one is one of the signature holes here at the course, and you'll see why when we get there. Let's go. All right, guys, so hole 11 here, you can see signature hole, one of the signature holes here, just way down there. Very, very tight tunnel, but I'll go ahead and throw the psyop here. A little bit of a headwind, see if we can get one on camera for you guys here, going all the way down there. Let's see.
Nope.
All right, well, in the fairway's fine. Tough shot. Let's go down there, make a par. All right, guys, long putt here. We do have a chance, though. It's probably 100, 150 foot putt. Maybe 100 feet. Here we go. Let's give it a little bid.
Nope.
Poop. All right, well, let's tap that out and head on to the next one. All right, guys. Yeah, so, you know, can't get them all, obviously. That's a big putt. These are the ones that matter the most. Let's save this par putt. There we go. All right. Save the par, on to the next hole. Let's go. All right, guys, so we're here, hole 12. No T signs, but I'm gonna guess probably 320 feet just left there of the camera girl. We're just gonna play the Despair right at her. Hopefully has a little bit of fade at the end to get us close to the basket. Here we go. That is heading right to the basket. Yep, that should be parked. That was a really, really good throw there. All right, guys, so great shot there. That's exactly what you wanted. I'm gonna go ahead and tap this in for another birdie. There we go. Another birdie on the card. On to the next. All right, guys, so hole number 12 here. Pretty standard. Basket's just right there. Little forehand shot into the tree line. See if we can try to get a little skip ace here. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, almost, but I think we skipped long. Let's go take a look. All right, guys, so like I said, good shot. Tried for the skip ace, but we're here for another birdie chance. Getting a good round going now. There we go. All right, on to the next. All right, guys, hole 13. This is a completely new hole to me. I've never seen it. Basket's just right there. This gap looks very intimidating. But we're gonna do what we did on the last one, just throw a Firebird. Try to throw it flat, try to throw it through the gap. Hopefully it'll get a nice little skip towards the basket. Oh yes, come on. Oh yeah, we're putting, baby. All right, guys. Great drive. This is just apparently a very tricky hole because it's a very obscure putt. Oh my gosh, guys, we are on a heater right now. Let's go. We are putting together a crazy round. On to the next, let's go. All right, guys, so we are here, hole 14. So we're currently sitting 8 under, putting together a good round. Hole is down the hall on the right side, sitting in the middle of the fairway. UDisc has this as 270 feet. I really doubt This is 270 feet. So I think we're just gonna play a turnover shot here. Try to get it through the gap. Hopefully we can get a clean shot through here. Let's see what we can do. Using the PSYOP. Okay. Got a lot of turn. We'll see where it ends up. All right, guys. So not a bad shot. Got around the corner. We're sitting here. It is a pretty tight line though, sadly. I'm thinking maybe flex out zone. Just try to get out in the hole. Might have to go down to a knee. If we can give it some height, should be able to flex out. We're probably looking at a 200-foot shot here, so it's gonna be pretty tricky to get the birdie, but let's see if we can card it anyways. Yeah, I mean, we got out from a knee is pretty tough right there, so happy with that. Let's see if we can maybe go make a long putt. Move on to the next hole. Let's go. All right, guys, so like I said, it's gonna be a long putt. Let's just see if we can this. Probably about maybe 75 feet. Oh, man. Terrible. Terrible effort. All right, let's go tap out the 4.
What's that, brother?
Cut. Like I said, it was going to be tough back there from a knee, so. Still carded the 4. Like I said, on UDisc, for some reason, it's showing like a par 3, but it is what it is. Doesn't matter at the end of the day, so. On to the next hole. Let's go. All right, guys, so we're here on hole 15. This is a pretty windy, tight tunnel again. This course is very, very wooded. Basket's over there on the right. Again, I'm going to be throwing the PSYOP. Such a workhorse in the bag right now. Just trying to play that late turn, having that late finish. So let's see if we can get one down there. Miss those trees.
Nope.
All right, well, we're going to be scrambling from there, so. All right, guys, so yeah. We are kind of dead in here, honestly. There's not much we can do. Basket is way over there. Lots of trees in the way. I'm thinking, honestly, we're just gonna have to pitch out, take our medicine here. Just play something out to the right. Yeah, something like that should work. Just keep the camera rolling, see what we can do here, a little magic. We're gonna go for the skip shot right over there. Let's see if we can come up with something. You ready? All right, here we go. You gotta get this close. That worked pretty darn good. I think we are putting for par, so let's go tap this out. Got the good skip shot all the way up here. Just tap this out. Moving on. Second to last hole. Let's go. All right, guys, so a little confusion on UDisc, not exactly sure what's going on, but we'll have the correct scores up for you in post. Hole 17, 488 feet, par 4, very tight tunnel. So we're going to throw the Oblivion, just hope that we can get into C2. If we're lucky, maybe into C1. So let's just see what we can do here. I'm going to give it everything I got. I think that's in C1. I think we're putting. Let's go look, take a look. All right, guys, so we're walking up here to the tee shot. Honestly, in the fall, a lot of this stuff is dead. So, you know, you're gonna get a lot of skips. You're gonna get a lot of movement from the ground itself. As you can see right here, I mean, UDisc has it 488. I don't know, I've never lasered it, but we're tapping that in for eagle. I think that puts us 10 under. I'm not exactly sure. Either way, great drive, great result. And moving on to the last hole. So let's go finish this out strong. All right, guys, so we're here. Final hole, hole 18 of the St. Peter's Disc Golf Course. I just want to give a huge shout out to the River Valley Disc Golf League, to the Madgu Disc Golf League out here who take care of the course, who put on the events. Huge shout out to them, to Ryan, Alex, Toby, Dustin, Nolan, really cool guys. Really love to grow the sport, to build community out here. I'm going to put all their details probably right here, and then also in the description down below. So hole 18, 325 feet straight down the tunnel right there, just begging to be hit. But we're going to see what we can do. I believe that we are now 10 under. So this would be a course record for me, personal record here. Never been double digits before, so let's see if we can finish out double digits. We're gonna throw the Despair right down the middle. See if we can get a little ace or hopefully tap in birdie. That should work. Let's go tap that in and head to the outro. All right, guys, a little unlucky there. Hit some branches last second, caused it to end up a little short. But either way, we secured a double-digit round here, so let's see if we can make it to 11 under for my personal best round here. Wind picked up right there. Mother Nature don't want me to make this. And you know what I tell Mother Nature? I am nature. Bang! Let's go! 11 under, baby. Great putt to make right there. Let's head to the outro. All right, guys. Little post-round recap. So, big shout out to you guys for tagging along with me today. Hope you guys enjoyed that content. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, give me a subscribe, leave a comment down below. Check out the socials, Bomber Carl, bomber.carl on Instagram, and Bomber Carl on Facebook and on YouTube. Again, big shout out to the leagues out here for keeping this course pristine. I hope that they keep making it better and better every year. Shout out to Doomsday for all the discs. Use code BomberCarl at doomsdaydiscs.com for 10% off. And yeah, guys, I mean, I don't know how much more warmer weather we're gonna get, but hopefully we get a couple more days so I can get a couple more course reviews in for you guys. Gonna be doing some more disc reviews here soon to post up on the Instagram, so stay tuned for that. Until next time, guys, thank you for joining me.